How's it going today, everybody? This is Mick. I'm back here to do a video that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time. So I'm going to talk about my love of professional wrestling. I very first watched wrestling as a child on TV at the age of, 4 or 5 years old. And my uncle took me to my very first wrestling event when I was 6, and I was hooked. I already was from watching it on TV, and I have great memories. But seeing it in person for the very first time, that did it for me, and I've stayed a fan ever since, even now. I will not be talking about any modern wrestling or anything after the 1980s in this video, as those will be different videos down the line. So as you see down there in the left hand corner, I have a nice autographed 8x10 of Axe and Smash, one of the coolest tag teams of all times, Bill Eadie and Barry Darso. I always thought these guys were awesome together. And they had one of the coolest theme songs of all time as far as a wrestling theme song. That's just my opinion, though. They each had successful individual careers. They were a joy to watch growing up in the 80s. Champion versus Challenger. Backlund versus Ventura. This is a reproduction poster. Still pretty cool, though, for my collection. I actually still have the match card sheet from one of the first shows I ever went to. This wasn't the very first one, but this is one of the first ones. So here's a faraway shot of it, and I'll zoom in on it so you guys can check it out a little better. It's showed its age, but kind of cool to still have it after all these years. So this was an AWA event from Rockford, Illinois, Boylan High School, when they used to bring the matches to Boylan High School. This was from Monday, December 29th, 1986. It says, "We reserve the right to change the order of events. Program is subject to change. The promoter is not responsible if contestants fail to appear in ring because of conditions beyond our control. Whenever possible, substitute bouts will be arranged." This looks like the main event was a 14-man battle royal featuring Earthquake Ferris and Sheik Adnan El Casey. The special main event was a special tag team match. Sherry Martel with Playboy Buddy Rose and Pretty Boy Doug Summers versus Princess Jasmine and the Midnight Rockers, Sean and Marty. Kind of interesting to see this match here, knowing that years down the line, Sherry Martel would end up managing Sean in the WWF at the beginning of his singles career. So up next we had Big Scott Hall. Looks like he got the win over Larry Zbyszko that night. I did not mark the Billy Robinson versus Boris Zukov match, so I don't remember who won that one, to be honest. Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff versus Buddy Wolf. Brian Copps versus the Ninja. So then we'll just look at this other information at the bottom of this. It says, the next All-Star Wrestling card here at Boylan High School will be on Sunday, February 1st, 1987 at 7:30 p.m. Tickets reserved on sale at Lafayette Auto and Visual and Chris the Crazy Traders in Rockford. Pretty sure those are no longer around. Foley's Marathon Service Center in Loves Park. Watch All Star Wrestling every Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. WQRF Channel 39. So AWA came around here pretty regularly to Boylan High School. And anyone in the area, maybe you still remember those matches. I used to love going to the Boylan High School matches. So here's something from the very first WWF live show I ever went to. And this is a frisbee from the wrestler Leaping Lanny Poffo, who is the brother of Randy Savage, the late great Randy Savage. So Leaping Lanny, he used to come out and he would throw frisbees into the crowd that have one of his poems on the front of them. And I actually caught one. And the cool thing about this is during the intermission, anybody who was lucky enough to catch one of his frisbees also got to go out and meet him, get the frisbee signed, and get a picture taken with him. And I got them all. So that was pretty cool. I'll show you the frisbee a little bit closer. So his poem said, "The World Wrestling Federation has caused a culture shock in every phase of our society from classical to rock. In triumphant jubilation, every social class is won with a single common interest just to have a little fun. I've seen the rapture in the eyes of fans of every nation. You made us what we are today, World Wrestling Federation. Best wishes, Leaping Lanny." Actually, easier to just do it like that. To Mike, Leaping Lanny. And I still have my photo with him too. Maybe I'll dig that out someday and show you guys that. Here are just a few of the programs that I kept from some of the house shows I went to. Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin. Rugged Ronnie in the WWF. Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. These don't have anything to do with this video because they're 1990s, but just to kind of show you what's going to be in an upcoming video, I do have a small assortment of WCW magazines still, only a few of them. I'm going to get into them. This is my favorite one though right here because of the double-sided cover. Dangerous Alliance on one side. We got a tiger spotting. What's up, buddy? Oh yeah? So I also just wanted to show off a few 1980s magazines that I still have that are kind of significant in a sense. So I'm going to just start off with this first one from 1985, just called Wrestling. And on the cover you just see Rick Martel versus Stan Hansen in the AWA. Rhodes versus the Nature Boy in the NWA. Lawler versus Dundee. So I'm just going to open this up, and of course I'm doing this on the fly, so I'm doing the best I can without damaging anything and just being careful and all that stuff. You'll notice right away a very popular name and significant name in the wrestling business. Photo by Paul Heyman. So this particular magazine has Paul Heyman's work all over it, which is pretty cool. So as any wrestling fan knows, Paul Heyman definitely moved on from taking photographs around the ring and moved on to becoming an actual talent, much the way that Jim Cornette did. Big Scott Hall back in the day, man. Yeah, so, Paul Heyman went on to become more notably known in the 80s and the 90s as Paul E. Dangerously. And then later on, just known as Paul Heyman again. And current day known as Paul Heyman. I just want to show off a little bit of this magazine. I'm not going to go through every single page. So, cool picture of the Road Warriors. Dusty all painted up there. Here's some more of Paul's work as photographer. These ones are from Pam Preston. J.J. Dillon. Kind of crazy to see Marty Jannetty pre-midnight rockers and pre-rockers. look at the short tights. Terry Funk goes on the attack. Nice photo of Harley Race. Nice photo of Rick Martel as champion right there. Frank Gotch commemorative coin. Was only $3 each, plus $1.50 postage and handling. Wow. For the OSW guys, if you ever watch, here's a little Brucey bonus for you. Bruce Hart with his British Commonwealth mid-heavyweight championship title. OSW, by the way, is an awesome wrestling YouTube channel. This video's going long, so I'm going to just kind of get on with it. But look at the price VHS used to cost, man. That is $44.95 for one videotape. Suggested list price was $59.95. So, why I ended up falling in love with pro wrestling? It's pretty simple. Going to the matches as a kid and seeing these guys, man, larger than life, doing what I seen them do on TV, and just putting a smile on my face, that did it for me as a kid. It's that simple. And then, the older I got, I just started liking the sport of it more, appreciating the guys for their actual in-ring talent. And like any kid, I had my favorites and the people that I didn't like and who I liked to cheer and who I liked to boo. This is actually Lex Luger's rookie season, I think, or thereabouts. Pretty nice magazine to have in the collection. But of course, as I got like older, young adult and stuff like that, I started appreciating the camaraderie there is with wrestling and with the fans and definitely getting into high school age and adulthood, it's more prevalent. And it's different, you know, it's just a different camaraderie with wrestling fans than it is with other sports, in my opinion. And as an adult, you certainly reflect on everything these guys in the 70s, in the 80s, big time in the 80s, what they gave to the wrestling business. And I would say in the 90s too. But man, these guys put a lot of miles on the road, a lot of miles on their bodies, and they sacrificed a lot of shit. Anyone remember that right there? When Hogan used to win matches using heel tactics with his war bonnet? The WWE doesn't like to remember that one too much. Ban the helmet or ban Hulk Hogan. That is about all I have to say in this video. As I said, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. I still love it to this day. And I just appreciate each and every one of the guys and girls that have been in this business and everything they have given the fans. But most importantly, you know, I appreciate the sacrifices that some of these guys and girls made, because, you know, they just did. So I thank you for watching. And if you like this content, just give it a like. If you want to see more things like this, let me know, because I'm happy to make videos like this. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.